Hello, 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 everyone. How y'all doing, Marcella, Erica? How y'all doing?
Good
Hello,
evening.
hello.
Hello, everyone.
All right,
Doing
so here
good.
we are again. I know we skipped last week, and we're back at it again this week. And of course, today's topic is we're pretty much looking at what are people doing in 2023 to make it all these things that are going on in the world today. What are your thoughts on that? Like, I mean, we got crazier and stupider after
You sound like a robot.
COVID, and like now, huh?
You going in and
You hear
out.
me?
Like a robot.
Am I?
Yep.
Oh, I got going in here. Make sure my stuff is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
It's
how about
lagging.
now?
Like,
Okay.
Okay. All right. I know my signal's strong. Okay. So what my thing is like with all the changes that are going on in the world, and they're talking about how interest rates are going up, and what do you, what are y'all? What's your thoughts on those? On
I
this?
think that the first thing I think is the fact that number one, everybody is still trying to blame COVID for a whole lot of things. COVID ain't got nothing to do with it. And they said it's a recession, but I think that it's just giving people more reason now to really just show who they really are as individuals, because it's like with me, with everything that's going on in the world, with the recession, like you said, we getting over COVID. I'm learning now to just I'm just learning how to just survive in this world, just how to just move from day to day. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm learning that you can't change people. And I just asked my husband this question yesterday on the way home. I said, I don't think that at this moment that the world's that we're gonna get better right now. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And the only thing that we can do is continue to ask God to cover us and make sure that the things that's going on around us don't affect us.
uh, for me, I always live by the moniker. I can't change you. I can only change how it affects me. Right. So you gonna be, in other words, you're gonna be who you are. Just understand that
Can you hear me?
I can only change how it affects me. Change is good. Change is good. How do you know you can how do you know if you can do better or not if you don't change? Why would you want to stay stagnant? Some change is good. If this change don't work, then okay, good. At least I tried. See, you fail when you don't try. See, so with this, and then with this COVID thing, stop using COVID as an excuse. COVID didn't change your situation. Your situation was bad prior to COVID, and it just got worse during COVID. It's not COVID's fault.
And I also think that as long as we can use things as a pawn to make
All right, and
excuses
I
for
think
why we don't want to get better,
Mm.
but why we don't want to get better, I think that we're gonna stay, like my husband again said, stay stagnant. You have to wanna become better, And like I said, yeah, I think we all are being affected by a whole lot of things, but it's all about like how you make the best out of the situation, because no matter where we go, everything is high. I mean, vehicles, you can't move right now. I mean, it's a lot going on, but I think that if we all work on ourselves individually and we come together to try to make this country a better place to live in for all of us, then we'll be okay. But long as people continue to stay where they're at, and now it's just so much killing. No matter where you go now, it's like people just don't have no type of respect for lives. They don't have no type of respect for nothing. And it's just crazy though. But I just think that if we all just change our own individual selves, that's everybody included, whether it be the government, it doesn't the president, it doesn't matter. We'd be in a better place. But until then, people got to continue to use what they going through as a pawn to stay where they at. What about you, Mario?
I think my network is something's going. It is my. I guess it is my internet. It's something's going on because I think it's time. Spectrum must be having some issues.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you fine.
Yeah, because I mean, I just tested my system and it's not. Something's going on, so I'm not sure what's
Okay.
going on with Spectrum, but
Yeah.
it's not working right now. I cut out. I didn't hear anything y'all just said. Can you? Everything y'all just couldn't hear nothing.
Okay.
So
So let me check on Facebook and see. Can everybody hear us on Facebook? Can y'all hear us? Because what device are y'all using?
Who said Mario? You keep freezing.
Yeah.
What device are y'all using?
Your
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, it's something.
Yeah, you keep freezing.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go do something real fast and see if I can. I see Vanessa. She said she can hear me. Hold on one second. Let me go see what's going on. Because my thing,
Okay.
I've never
Right.
seen this error come up. I had this error keep popping up. Hold on one
Okay.
second.
Let me go. I gotta do something right. Ooh, one thing I learned, I can't sit too long.
Tyler, Jaden, is the Wi-Fi messing up? Huh? What about you, Jaden? Okay, so just fine. Okay.
Yeah. You know.
All right, I had to reset my network.
Just hit the nail thing, get that nail thing.
Okay.
So she can pick it off. You want to mix?
Okay, I think we're good.
At different time.
All right, we're good.
Okay. Sounds
I'm
better.
back. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. Y'all there?
Yeah, we're here. We can't see you.
So,
Okay.
if that helped it or not. Y'all good?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
good.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you. You keep
Just talk a little because it sounds like a robot.
mm-hmm.
This darn Wi-Fi thing.
She said, I heard this in the polish shop.
Oh, I see the petite ones.
Set up like $5, maybe 10 now.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I might take her one day.
We need to call. We got the phone here. I really do need to plan a date with them.
Mm-hmm. I'll be tripping. I told him show time.
Okay.
You doing well? What you doing?
Top-
Chicken?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I look. Y'all stay on. I'm gonna. I think it's my computer because this network it does it's not changing at all. So I'm gonna start the computer because
Okay.
y'all the window is still open on y'all. It should stay open.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Okay. Somebody give me chicken.
That was someone. She landed off the bed. Oh, God.
We still. Okay. I'm gonna cut the grass.
Okay, we got it. You can cut the grass like that. So put it in the containers. Just wait for them from me. I was gonna take my home dress. This is it. She said, put it, but she wants me to come over there. She wants to go on Thursday. She said she need to get away. So she said, somebody asked her, "You invite me?" She said, "No, I'm not taking nobody." She said, "I need it for myself."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "I'm not taking nobody with me." And I said, "Good for you."
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
All right, got me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was a glitch or something going on with my computer
Okay.
because yeah, I don't know what. So now I got full speed back. Yeah, I'm back up to speed, so it must have been something wrong with my computer. All right, so we're back in it. I guess, are we still on Facebook? Yeah, I guess we're still live on Facebook.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that technical issue. We're gonna get things back rolling again. Whoo-wee. All right, so today's topic, what we started off is that we're talking about how things are changing in this world, and we're pretty much asking how are people making it these days? Are they making adjustments? Are they changing to what's going on? How are you handling all these different changes in today's society? I know Marcella was started off last thing she was saying was how people were using COVID as an excuse to justify a lot of these changes. So let's pick up from there.
Also, too, I thought about something else too. It's like I said, a lot of the things that's going on in the world. I think that as individuals, I think that when we can use things as a pawn, then we're going to continue to use them as a pawn, because I don't think that people want to be better. I don't think people want to be. I don't think they want to see change. But I said if we work on ourselves as individuals, no matter who it is, then the world would be a better place. Because a lot of things that's going on in the world today, it don't have to be. But we are so acceptable to whatever people put out, whether it be rules, laws, or whatever. We feel like because this is what they said, that's what we have to go with. And so now, some people, they just like to be stagnant. They like to stay in the same place that they are, make excuses for why they're there, and then a lot of times it'll lead to killing. It'll lead to career criminals. It'll lead to people just going out here and just doing things because they feel like, okay, we in a recession. There was COVID. A lot of the rules that they put out, it don't apply to me because maybe I have a record to where I can't change things for my life. And so I just feel like that COVID happened, and there's a way of trying to get over on people now. When it comes to, like I said, price increase, just a whole lot of things. But I think it starts with us. I think that anybody that want to change, they can change. It's just based on that person. It's just based on that person. So I don't think what's going on in the world, yes, it has a lot to do with what we're going through. But if you want to, it takes one person sometimes to change a whole situation. But I think that if we want to stay where we at, then we're going to use what's going on in the world. We're going to use that as a pawn.
Well, I think that the biggest piece I can see is that when COVID happened, all standards change.
Yeah.
Good standards, bad standards. The standards of doing things change. Like right now, for example, a lot of people that were in those high impact areas, they had those jobs where they had to deal with so many people. They're no longer working in those fields. So they went and found some other work somewhere else. Now it seemed like we took a downgrade on everything dealing with customer service.
Yeah.
And what happens is that those people, a lot of people figure out they don't have to work for other people. They can work for themselves. So that changed the whole standard of how people are doing business and customer service. And then to take even one step further is, like you were saying, those people that were not doing anything before COVID, if they were living from paycheck to paycheck, those individuals got worse.
Yes.
And the thing is, to me now, if people have low standards, it affects the business that they work for.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
a
that's
person
true.
is stuck and don't want to adjust to make the business, like there's no one takes pride in their work anymore. There's only a very few that take pride in their work, and you can see it. I mean, you can go to all, like I was at a fast food restaurant today. They just, I don't know what was going on. They had 5 cars pulled up in the parking area waiting. I'm like, okay, there's a fast food restaurant. Why are 5 cars waiting to get their food?
Well,
So
you moving slow.
I get out my truck to go in and walk into the restaurant. They in there joking and playing. There's 6 people in there. Now, normally when you go to a fast food restaurant, they only got 2-3 people. They had 6 people working.
Wow.
And they in there joking and playing, and they got all these people out here waiting on their food.
Because they don't care.
And the manager's sitting right there. And see, this is the part that people have to understand is they're putting these people that are not qualified to be managers in management positions, and it affects the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true.
They're just selling for whoever is available. They at this point, they don't care if they're qualified. They don't care if they know the job. They're just throwing these people into these management positions, and they have no clue how to be leaders. They have no clue on now. They can take care of. You give them simple tasks that they could do. It doesn't have to deal with people. They're good, but let them have to lead people. Have to manage people. They suck. And so now in society, in today, 2023, we have a lot of unqualified people in these positions, and that's why the industry, everything is getting bad. It's like COVID was one. Okay, COVID took out your key players. They were in these positions, so now these companies have to settle for these unqualified people to be managers.
Yes.
And so now we're taking a direct hit on customer service.
And then we have to talk about pay, because then you have these people that's not certified. They don't have no type of leadership training. Then when you're only paying them a certain amount of money, they feel like, hey, number one, they have the attitude that it ain't my business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, they don't care about. They first of all, if you don't know how to lead, you're not going to care about the customer. You're not going to have customer care. So I think it has a lot to do also too with the finance part of it as well, because I mean, even like now, when I'm on Facebook and I scroll down and I see where people are videotaping people going into these restaurants, and they going behind the restaurant and they fighting the workers in the restaurant, and the workers, I'm talking about, it's just bad. It's just bad. And so it's just showing me and my husband, it's getting to a point to where we're just going to start staying home and cooking our own food. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a saying in my house, whatever you don't invest in, you don't value it.
Right. And I agree with you 100% is that the main industry that took the biggest hit were the fast food restaurants.
Yes.
Because a lot of people left that industry and went and found something else to do. Yeah. Some jobs open up to where now they're better, but the problem just still lies is there's no training programs in place. Yes. They're just throwing people in these positions and there's no training. There's no proper embedment of the people. And then you have these individuals that have been in the position for over 10 years and still don't know how to be the manager.
Yes.
You've been working at this company for 10 years, but you don't want to adjust. And see, that's the other thing is they get comfortable. They don't want to learn nothing. They don't want to do nothing. All they want to do is what they always been doing just to get by. They don't want to improve themselves. They don't want to learn a little bit more computer skills. They don't want to learn how to do anything outside of the norm. They just want to come in. But they complain. They want to get paid more money, but you're not doing more for the company. You're not doing more. And what happens now is the companies are hurting so bad on people that they're just accepting anything that has a pulse. You can be unqualified. I've seen it happen way too many times. You walk into some of these restaurants, you walk into some of these companies, and the manager has no clue whatsoever on how to deal with people or problems.
Yes. And you know what, Mario, you're so right, because there has to be a relationship between the employee and the employer. And when you start, like you said, when you start bringing these young people in here to manage certain positions and stuff like that, and then they become friendly with their employees, and then once they become friendly, now they know what they can get away with. And then once you know what you can get away with, now you're going to become stagnant. You understand what I'm saying? Because yesterday, me and my husband had went out to lunch and stuff. We went to Waffle House, and everybody knows me. I like Waffle House. I get the same stuff. I ordered the same way. And I asked the young lady, I said, can you please make my waffle, but don't make it. I don't like dark waffles, right? So what she brings over, the waffle looked like it was darn near burnt, right? So I watch things, Mario. So I asked the young lady, I said, ma'am, this is, I can't, it's too dark. So the young lady that was cooking it, I saw when they walked away and they said something, but I didn't hear what they said, but I knew that she had an attitude, but it doesn't matter, because I'm like, you bringing people food out. I just told you that don't burn my waffle, and it was during there nearly burnt, and she had an attitude because I asked her. I said, "Ma'am, I can't eat that," and I'm like, "Wow," and it's like y'all don't care. Y'all no longer want to serve. You here to serve,
Right?
You here to serve. And so I thank God that I, as an individual, I changed who I am, because usually I would have said something too, but I was like, no, just take my waffle back and just make it, how I want it and stuff like that. But just going into a restaurant and just seeing the attitude when it comes to people fixing your food. I mean, you asking a question, just anything. It's like they have this attitude, and it's like you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what gets me. It's like you can't do nothing about it. It's like either you got to come up in here and deal with what's going on, or you can leave. And that's why I say these people that own these companies and stuff like that, they better start investing in some training, or they're gonna lose a whole lot based behind the people they hire.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those things that now it's like I said, like a perfect example. Like I said, the same situation at a restaurant I went to, the manager plus 5 other employees are sitting in a fast food restaurant, and they're just joking and playing. But you got 5 cars pulled up from the drive-thru, and still cars coming through the drive-thru. So I walked in. I'm sitting there. I sat there and watched. My order was exactly at 1:52. I sat there until I think it was like 2:05 before I got out my truck. So I got out my truck to go see what in the world. All I ordered was fries, a burger, and a drink. Okay, I ain't asked for nothing. I asked for nothing special. Some fries, a burger, and a drink. And I'm sitting here waiting over 10 minutes. So I get up. I said, "What's really going on?" Because I've got my receipt. I got my drink. I'm about to get a refund because 10 minutes for a burger. There's a norm. I said, something wrong. I go in there. They're in there joking and playing. 2 of the employees over there chit-chatting like nothing else is going on. And then you got the rest of the employees joking and playing. The manager just sitting there, and she just looking like she's completely confused. So I'm sitting here like, this is what the world's coming to. And I think, and I'm gonna say this, I know I'm gonna get a beating for this later, is that age, that 30 to 40-year-old generation right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened.
You are so right.
But they just don't have no drive or potential to want anything in life. Now, there's a few of them out there.
Yes.
But they're comfortable living paycheck to paycheck and barely being able to pay their bills.
And
they're okay with it.
That is so true. I mean, and we had conversations about that too. And we said the same thing from the ages of 30 to 40 years old. And then a lot of them, they feel entitled. They have attitudes. They think they know everything, and they're not teachable. And like I used to talk to, like, even my own children, I say a lot of times when someone is trying to teach you something, it's not always a lecture. Sometimes it's a lesson.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. And it's just sad that that's what everybody dealing with, that between that 30 and that 40.
The 30 40. And see, what kills me is they're playing. And Eric, you probably gonna laugh when I'm gonna say this. They're playing the victim in their own horror movie. Yes. They created the movie.
Yes.
They're the director of the movie. They made the movie, and then they're playing the victim in their own horror movie. They already know what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
But they're trying to play the victim in their own horror movie that they create.
You can't be the victim and the villain. Choose a side.
I mean, my thing is, you can't be the victim if you're the director.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like you're directing your own movie and you're trying to play the victim in your own movie.
And you're surprised at the outcome that you knew was going to happen.
You already knew it was going to happen, but you want to play the victim in it.
And then you wonder why I'm sitting here with the puzzle face, with the gas face, like, you did it.
Yeah,
what
it's
do you expect
like
to
really
happen?
Yeah, that's so true.
But think about it. Every time you've had an episode right now, for anyone who's been the age of 30 to 40, majority of the problems that they have, they bring on themselves. Either because
self-inflicted.
They're self-inflicted, either because of who they know, who they dating, or how they do things. It's one of those 3. And they self-inflicted own problems.
Yeah.
And look at you like you crazy when you just like, what did you expect to happen? I mean, this is, you don't pay your rent, you get evicted. You don't pay your car note, it gets repoed. I mean, that's the way life works. What, I can't believe they did that. Why can't you believe it? You owe them money. You owe them money.
Then what kills me is, what really kills me is that you put them in a leadership position and they think they can turn it off and turn it on when they want to. That's the part that blows my mind. Yes, like, I'm a leader today. Let me turn it on. I'm a leader. Let me turn it off. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what is that about. What? No. I'm not I'm not a manager right now. I'm off. I'm off. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
and you know they can't. You know, and Mario, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. Conflict resolution. The first thing when they say this, that's just the way it is. You know they cannot deal. That's just the way it is. I'm like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Always been like
that. They can't make up an excuse for it.
Like this since I've been here.
They can't justify it. They just roll with it. I mean, and that's the thing is, it's like if you were in and this is the part that blows my mind. I think the last time I checked, if you're in a manager's position, you can do things to better the situation.
Yes.
I mean, I thought that's what managers do. They're supposed to manage the people and make things better, but I can't do nothing. I'm the manager, but I can't do nothing. I just have to go with the flow. I mean, what does that mean?
That is so true.
It's been like you said, it's been like that since I've been here. Okay, but you're the manager.
Thank you.
You're not the employee.
Well, listen, have y'all heard this one? And I know everybody have. I was on Facebook. It was so funny. You go to Walmart, and the first thing they say when you ask, do they have something in the store? This ain't my department. This ain't my department. What?
Walmart got Walmart. I didn't know Walmart had departments.
I'm like, what? Well, can you go get somebody that can help me, man? This ain't my department. I'm like, but you over here stacking the cereal up, but this ain't your department.
Yeah, I don't know about Frosted Flakes. Isn't that something on your damn cart, Frosted Flakes? Well, this is not my department. Well, can you get somebody to help me? Oh, yes, I can do that. I mean, really?
I think what happens
it's one of them things where change starts within. Everything starts within. So with change being within, it also starts from the top. See, these fast food restaurants what they did, the companies went away from what works and went toward units. They just want to sell so many units. This is how much I want sold. Everyone, this is my quota. This is this is that. So they went away from the human aspect and went toward the numbers. They make the numbers more important than the humans because there is no reason why these managers don't know how to manage. If the change comes from the top, you need to do training. You need to do sensitivity training. You need to do conflict resolution training. You need to do all that. That's why so many businesses are closing down because they went away from what worked. Because nobody don't want to spend this little couple $100 that you get back at the end of the year for taxes. Nobody wants to spend the money to get trained, to be thoroughly trained. It blows my mind how much you have to go teach people. It don't pay to get mad no more. You have to give them a lesson. Look, man, this is what you should do. This is how this should work. And they look at you like, wow, I didn't know that. Ain't you a manager?
Well, see, that's the problem, though, is the potential manager in 2023 is they've always been there and they come to work and they don't cause no problems.
Yeah.
So they're going to make them a manager. Don't know. The key thing is they don't know much, but you're going to make them a manager just because they come to work on time and they do what they're supposed to do. They don't ask no questions and they don't bother nobody. Yeah. You're going to make them a manager. So guess what? That means they're just going to go with the flow. They're not going to step up. The thing that people have to understand is if you are in a manager position, you need to step up and do something. If you see 5 employees and it's going to take you 20 minutes to make a cheeseburger, which is what you do on a normal basis.
Yep.
And you're the manager and you're not saying anything about that. What was going on? And that's what kills me in a lot of these fast food. Most of the ones that get hit the worst are the fast food restaurants because they're They did all they did was they took somebody that was good on fries and made them a manager. I mean, that's how they showed up. They made the fries and they were hot. People liked them hot.
You said, well,
And they made him a manager.
Oh,
They don't know nothing else.
you said they made a potato connoisseur the manager.
Make him a manager. And the thing is, they weren't working fries. Like, this is the crazy thing. And they've been working fries for 2 years straight. Well, dang, they come to work, they make the fries right. Hey, we're gonna make you a manager.
yeah.
Just because they've been there long enough. I mean, just because someone's been there for a long period of time does not qualify them to be a manager.
Exactly.
If they got no leadership skills, and this is what's going on in today's world, is you got these young managers out here. And see, there's a difference. See, old managers, at least old managers, they have the skill set of they experience life. They understand the different types of conflicts and different things. But these young managers, they've been working in these companies for long periods of time, and all they do is show up, do their job, and go home. You're going to put them in a leadership position, and then you wonder why your business is having so many problems.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't take, if you are a fast food restaurant and you specialize in making burgers and it takes you 20 minutes to make a burger, there's something wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's so
I
true.
mean,
I think sometimes too, Mario and Eric, is that they don't think, they don't use the common knowledge or the common sense that God gave them. You know, common sense ain't coming, but they just don't, because it's like you said, you know, you go to these fast food restaurants and stuff like that, and number one, like you said, you see a lot of people and they standing around, and then when you question, okay, well, how much longer is that going to be? Then they have an attitude, because now you interrupting their little playtime. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to say nothing to them, and that's why I said it's just getting impossible just to get good customer service, because it's like they don't care anymore. And then, like you said, you have the people that own these companies. Like my husband said, they don't care. They just trying to get numbers, units out. They don't care. They don't care.
They turned the fast food into Walmart distribution. You got to get units out. This is how much production you got to do. That's what they done. I've even went into a restaurant, a fast food restaurant before, and I seen the manager doing all the work while the employees sitting around doing nothing.
But that's the
norm.
norm.
Each other like, what?
And y'all know it's bad when they give you corporate number real quick. Here it goes.
Right.
Here you go.
Like, here it is.
It's like it's sad. It's sad. It's like leadership is now a rare trait. I mean, that is, and most of the managers that you have in these companies, and like I say again, the age bracket between 30 to 40 is leadership does not exist anymore. Don't get me wrong. There's some out there that have those traits. Don't get me wrong. There's a few of them out there, but a lot of times now here in a local area, if you have a manager that's between the age of 30 and 40, they are either comfortable to the point they don't want to do nothing more. They don't. So when they see someone brand new that comes in and they can do a lot more, they're going to shut them down quick. They're going to try to make them look bad because they don't want to have to change.
Exactly.
And so what they're going to do is, if you are a manager, you should be able to adapt and overcome any situation that comes up. But if you're not willing to adapt, you're never going to be able to overcome.
That's so true.
Because change is gonna come, whether you want to or not.
Yes.
Whether you want to or not, whether you're ready for it or not. Change is gonna come. And that's where the adapt and overcome come in. Okay, this is what we do. Okay, we can't get it's just like when you have school age children. The change comes in the summertime. That means you don't have to get up early in the morning anymore. So now you have to adapt. Okay, now I can sleep in a little bit later, or now I can do this because I don't have to get up and do this no more. Change is gonna come. You have to be willing to open up to it.
Right.
Open up to it. If it don't work, hey, at least you tried.
And I think a lot of times too, it's called. I'm gonna make up a word. Acceptability. It's like we accept so much now to where it's the norm, and wrong is more accepted now than right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's where that falls into where you said that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not just the way it is. Like you said, if you're a manager, then manage. You know what I'm saying? You can change some things. You don't have to say, "Well, I've been here for 10 years. That's just the way it's been for 10 years." I was in a store the other day, me and you, and I was asking a young lady about a policy, and she was like, "Oh, I've been here for 2 years, and that's just how I've been." I said, "Are you sure?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna leave that alone." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just that, you know, I'm just gonna deal with what's around me. I'm just gonna deal with the change.
And see, my thing is like Walmart. Like I said, you just said something perfect. Like I went to Walmart. This is crazy. Went into Walmart. Okay, remember when I bought those little Cold Spark machines?
Yes.
Okay, well they didn't work. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to return them. So I went online, did what I was supposed to. You know, you go online. If you bought something online, you got to go back online and process it. And then you get you get the labels, and then you're supposed to take it into the Walmart store. So I get into the Walmart store. They're going to sit here and tell me they can't take the stuff back. Okay, wait a minute. I just went through this whole process online, did all this paperwork. And so he said, "Oh, no, sir, we can't take this, and so forth." I said, "Okay, so are you sure?" Well, I right now I'm scanning in and it's not coming up. And I said, "Okay, well, let me get online and call online ordering." And I said, "Well, I said, well, ma'am, they're telling me that they said, sir, you already did everything you're supposed to. You're just going to give them the boxes with the labels and they're going to get a refund." I said, okay. Well, I said, "Ma'am, they just told me, well, I don't know who that is." And I said, "Okay, hold on here." So they talk to the phone, and so they're arguing. Now they both work for Walmart,
Wow.
and they're arguing. Now the lady is telling her what to do, and she was refusing to do it. So then I guess whoever the lady was on the phone asked to talk to the manager. So she goes get the manager, and then the manager had like, "Oh yeah, we do this." Like, okay, so why is she? Wait, like, I mean, and this
She
is
didn't want to do her job. That's what it was.
right. It's like it's something that is outside the norm. That's something she didn't want to do. And
Exactly,
so,
because she
and
knew
that's
that
what.
she knew they did that. She just didn't want to. She didn't want to go through the process of doing it.
But that is the problem with most of these individuals between the ages of 30 and 40.
Yes.
They only want to do certain tasks. They don't want to do. If this is what they have been doing for the 5 or 10 or 15 years, they've been working at this place. They don't want to do nothing extra.
Don't want no change.
They don't want to learn nothing. They don't want to do
change.
nothing. They just want to do just this. They're comfortable. And I think my thing is this. If you are working for industry in the industry and all you're getting is a paycheck and you're not getting trained to do your job, that is not a job you want to keep. That is a job. That is not a career. And that is the biggest problem with a lot of these 30 to 40-year-olds is they're trying to make jobs into careers.
Yes.
But they don't have the benefits that careers are supposed to provide.
That's right.
So there's a big difference on having a job and having a career.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So some people have to accept working at McDonald's because of their situation. That is completely. I'm not beating down on them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the individuals that have the potential to do these things. You got people out here who have a 4-year college degree working drive-through and cooking fries. Please explain that to me. Why would you graduate from college, get a degree, and you on fries?
Because again, you know, I think that we as society, we get so comfortable with being comfortable and complacent. And we feel like, and it might be, okay, we feel like if I go out here and it could be where they live at. It could be a lot of different things. Well, if I go out here and I get this job with deal with my degree, then I might have to, my rent might have to go up. It's just a whole lot of things. And I'm saying you still selling it. You still keeping yourself, you still dumbing yourself down, because I'm like, if you got a 4-year degree, that means that you have enough intelligence to go out here and seek a career. You know what I'm saying?
But see, Marcel, you don't understand. I know how to work fries. I know how to put the salt on them. I am an expert at working fries. I went to college. Yeah, I got that. But I know these fries. These fries are not going to fail me. I'm going to do the right thing for these fries. I mean, and I think that's what's killing me is that they're comfortable on fries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go out here. I got a 4-year degree. I can go out here. I can do some great things. No. Fries, I am so comfortable. Fries can't do me wrong.
Get the golden potato when they retire.
And I think that's the sad part is that people have to get out of this comfort zone of just being comfortable. And see, that's one thing I've loved about the military is it always left us uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable is always a good thing. But
make you get up and do. Yep.
I mean, and look, for all y'all out there on fries, I ain't picking on y'all. I'm just using it as an example. I don't want no burnt or cold fries. I'm just joking now. I'm just using it as an example.
And that's true too, Mario. Even I'm sorry.
Like right now with this COVID thing, not just retiring from the military, but that's the best thing going. The military and you got 3 things: the military, the post office, and the GS jobs. There's the only 3 things that's guaranteed benefits. Other than that, you won't be working for nothing. You have to think long term. And a lot of people won't change their mentality. Well, I just work here, work there, work here, work there. No, it is expensive, and it is getting more expensive, to not have these benefits. Why would you even not want to have benefits? Because you say, well, if you work 40 hours, you got to offer benefits, then I just won't let nobody work 40 hours. So that means you paying for medical and dental out of your pocket. Mm-hmm. Instead of that company that you work for, because it happened while you were working there. So why would you put yourself through that? The answer is you don't want to change your situation. You good working like that.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm telling you, I'm good on fries. I know how to do the salt shaker. I know how to dip them in. I can't go wrong with that. I mean, I remember one time the grease burnt me one time, but I learned my lesson behind that. So I'm comfortable.
It's all in the wrist.
It kills me is that you have so many. And I know when people see us come in and ask for fries, they're gonna look at us crazy. But I mean, it's just like it gets to the point now.
That's the point right now.
You might get that we don't serve fries to your kind. That's right. What you might get. That's gonna be the change for you. Oh, we don't serve fries to your kind. Amen, girl.
But I think that's the biggest part is that people will get comfortable doing the regular thing. Okay. They don't care about the benefits. They don't care about growing. They don't care as long as they are able to pay their bills.
Yeah.
And do like their comfort zone. I can cook these fries, put a little salt on it, and then I can go home and I can sit back and enjoy my little comfort zone, and then go back and do it again.
But why do people fight things that you only hurting yourself when you fight something that's gonna happen? Change is gonna come whether you want it or not.
Because
it's gonna come.
Because they're okay with that though. It doesn't matter because and then another thing too, I think Mario is like a lot of times too, sometimes we enable that situation because going back to the person that just want to stay on fries, a lot of times they probably got a roommate or living home with their parents. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then a lot of times they feel like whatever I'm short on, I can just borrow it. I can just ask my parents or I can just ask a friend, you know? Mm-hmm. No, you're not in the position to pay them back a large sums of money because of the fact that you know where you at. But like I said again, it's like I think changes in all of us, but it's all about the fact that it's like now and when you've been the same way for so long, it's not that you can't change, it's just the fact that you don't want to change. Mm-hmm. Because even us being in the 50 club, you know, there's still some things that we still can change. There's still things that we can still learn. people still can tell us things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
See, with our age, we still want to learn. But like you said, between the ages of 30 and 40, they know everything.
Yeah, they know everything.
You can't tell them nothing.
They don't
And
need
my
that.
thing is, and I think that goes back to it's kind of like it's like growth. They don't want to grow no more.
Yeah.
Their comfort right where they're at, and so there's no growth. So if you try to get them to learn something, and again, the thing is, in this society, you got to be competitive. No matter what you do,
Yeah.
you got to be competitive about it, not with other people, but with yourself. And what a lot of people do is they come in here and they get comfortable. Okay, I've been now, like cousin Junebug, you've been doing fries now for 2 years. It's time for you to learn something different. I need for you to move over to putting ketchup on the burger. Nah, that's a slot. That's a challenging job there. I don't want to do that.
That ain't my duty description.
That's not, like putting ketchup on a burger. Oh my God. It's like you don't mess up my whole comfort zone now.
It's just one squirt.
But see, that squirt ain't the same thing as shaking. It's like it's not the same.
Oh, we're about to get banned.
I mean,
We about to get banned. It's official.
but that's what I mean.
It's official.
My thing is, see, this is the part that there's no potential. It's like you know, like think about it. When I remember when I worked in fast food restaurant, I wanted to learn everything. I wanted to learn how to cook the nuggets. I wanted to learn how to do the burger. I wanted to learn how to do
My
fries.
first job was Burger King.
Because then I want to learn. I want to see the history. I want to see what in the world was I eating when I was working back. You know, when people get food.
Exactly.
So back then we were like, we wanted to learn them. Nah, cousin Junebug, he's stuck on the fries, and he said he's afraid of that squirt. He ready to shake it. He don't want to squirt. He will shake.
And look, please don't wear no white shirt to work. That's when he got that ketchup. He got that ketchup on that shirt, boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, that
crazy.
ketchup it don't taste the same when you lick your fingers when you're trying to do that. It's a whole different story. So that's why I said
damn for life. They gonna have us up in fast food like we go to bad chick. We gonna be right now. Bad chick.
And I want everybody to know we're using fast food as an example because it's like fast food is one of those things to where you technically you want to grow and you become bigger and better at what you do. And so like even the McDonald's commercials, you know, think about the McDonald's commercial where the person started on fries and then 4 or 5 years later, or in some cases 3 years later, they become a manager.
Yep.
So you want to progress up.
Yeah.
If you cousin Junebug and you still working fries after 10 years, what's going on? Mm-hmm. I mean, and I think that's the part that people need to understand is that it's like, and then look, when he finally become the manager, guess what? He's working with the person with fries. He don't care about the person making the burgers or working the cash register. He's making sure those fries are hot, got the appropriate salt on them.
Hey, you gotta make the fries golden brown, not just brown. They got to be golden brown.
And then look, he over there like he's over there with a stick. You're not shaking right. Get it right, you know.
It's a half circle. You gotta shake the salt in a half circle, not a full circle. You gotta do a semicircle.
So, but that's one of the things that, and see, as a manager, now I'm gonna say this: if once you do become that manager, and all you know is fries, you don't know nothing about the burgers, you don't know nothing about the cash register, then how can you be a manager?
Exactly. And that so now we get it too. So when we come in there and there's a problem with our food, or you know, we have a question, you can't resolve it because all you know is how to shake them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's like, what it is.
We went to this one spot in Celano. When I tell her this, we went to this one spot, and the manager was asking the employee who ain't been working there that long, asking her questions. Like she was meant, why ain't nobody here? Why is this? Why is that? She was like, I don't know. She said, well, why don't you know? Like, wait, ain't you the manager?
You want to make the schedule?
I was like, are you serious right now? Wait, change, man. Change is gonna come. It's gonna come.
And you know what? Again, Mario and Eric, like you said, with that shooting that happened the other night on Yakin Road, I really feel that if there was like I said, it's like number one, it's too many hotheads. But if there's conflict resolution, you won't have to pull out a gun. You understand what I'm saying? You can have a conversation about whatever going on that led to you to shoot 5 people and one died.
You'd be surprised at what comes out when you sit down and talk.
Just have a conversation.
That's a big miscommunication.
But I think that pride comes before destruction. And again, it's like
resolution is non-existent.
And then it's like the consequences coming after that. But at that moment, you don't care. But you'll care once you behind bars. But I'm saying
get that center.
He didn't have to pull out that gun and start shooting that Sunday night at that hooker bar. He didn't have to do that.
Well, see, I don't know. See, I have to go back and look up on that. I'm not. Somebody else mentioned it too, and I haven't gone back and seen it on the news yet. But I heard about it too because they talked about it last night at the skating rink. I haven't really looked and seen it. But what I've noticed is that majority of the ones, and this is what's so crazy, just in the state of North Carolina, is between the ages of 16 to 30 are most of the gun victims right now that's going on. And I mean, I take one situation where this young man butted into a situation, and thank God nothing bad happened, but he had to go back and apologize for his actions because he shot out his mouth without thinking. And so then he had to go back and beg for forgiveness. But that's the problem with a lot of these younger ones, is that they're so quick to react without taking time to think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and like I say, I don't know about what happened on Yakin Road, but like a lot of these situations are more so is that people are overreacting to things. Just like all these what's it what's it called? When you're driving crazy.
Road rage,
like this road rage stuff that's going on. I mean, it gets extremely crazy. I mean, yeah. And what's going on is what I've started to see is in a lot of cases is that you have some older drivers that are going slow, but they want to be in the fast lane.
Yep.
And I've seen where bad situations have happened, especially going down 95. Yeah. It's just like it's gotten so bad. I don't even want to get on 95 no more. Between going to Fayetteville going north or Fayetteville going south on 95, because the road rage has gotten so extreme that it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so again, I go back to these young crowd. That's like the younger individuals. They're quick to react to things, and they're not even taking time to think about the process. And so this one guy, he had to go back and beg for forgiveness because, you know, he's about to lose his job, his work behind it, because he ran off with the mouth quick, fast, hurt, and didn't know the whole situation. And then after he found out, then he felt like an idiot. So, I mean, that's what we're dealing with, is we're dealing with a generation. And again, I don't know what's going on between that 30 to 40, most of our 30 to 40-year-olds, there's only a few that could be put in leadership positions, and those are the hardcore go-getters. But then these others, they want to stay on fries for all their life.
Yeah,
I guess there's some retirement. There's some serious retirement in salt somewhere. I don't know, but it's just like, I mean, and I think that's the problem is that when we were brought up, it was go to school, learn on the career that you want to live the rest of your life with. Career, keyword, job, career.
That's right.
Two different things.
That's right.
And if your career, again, nothing against people on fries, but if you're going to spend your whole 20, 30 years cooking fries, what are you going to gain from that? Now, if they got a good retirement plan, go ahead, shake them fries all day long. But if there's nothing there for you, then why are you stuck on fries? And I think that's the problem, is that and the thing is, they're not thinking about it. But like I said, come years later, when they get to the point where they can't work no more, they can't do anything, They got no retirement plan. They got no benefits. They got nothing. So guess what? They're going to work until they're 70-something years old, or until they're able to draw Social Security, if Social Security still exists in. So that's what I say. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, in 2023, of course, yes, we got hit with so many different things, inflation, interest rates, everything is going up. But no one, and I say not going to say no one, I'm going to say certain individuals are not making the appropriate adjustments.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you're right. And when you're not doing that, you're not able to save. You're not able to have a nest egg. You're not able to go and emergency money. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so now you either gonna suffer through it, or you're gonna have to go to other people, and then you're gonna feel like that you are entitled to get what you need. And that's not fair to people that go out every day and they work a job and they make money and they have money saved up. You know what I'm saying? So not only you affecting your own self, but you try to put other people in situations to where you affect them, because 9 times out of 10 you're not going to pay them back.
Right. Because I tell you, my thing is like, in society, we see problems, but we ignore them because we don't want to deal with them. Yeah. And there's a lot more of that going on in 2023, to where we see problems, and so many people in the positions. I'm not gonna say they're leaders. I'm gonna say they're in the positions to be leaders, and they're doing nothing to solve problems. They're just sitting in that position because that money looks good to them, but they don't want to do nothing to earn that money. They just want to collect that money and keep it coming in. And I think that's the biggest problem in society, is that no one does the work for pride anymore. No one takes pride in their work anymore. Mm-hmm. But what kills me, and this is one of the other things that's killing, I would say, Fayetteville as a whole, is you got these people in these positions, and they're stuck, and they're comfortable, and it's causing the company to fall apart because that one person is stuck. Mm-hmm. They don't want to change. They don't want to learn nothing. They want to do what they've been doing for all the years they've been working there, and they don't want to do that. And the thing is, you can see that one bad apple. They don't want to change. They just want to stay stuck all their life. And you can see how the company is starting to rot from that one person. You can see how, now there's like, okay, now all of a sudden you have a high turnover of employees. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. I was just talking about
that is a big sign. If God knows, I know every time I go to this restaurant right here in the corner, I'm like, well, dang, how many people? I mean, the turnover rate is extremely fast. So that lets you know right off the bat that they must have some bad management.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, it starts with the head.
It starts with the head. And if your turnover rate is, if you constantly have people coming and going, no one's able to stay. Like you know, especially if you see you had a good employee, and then all of a sudden that employee turns into the worst employee within a 3 months time frame. Oh, you know there's some problems.
Exactly.
But that's what's going on now, is nobody, it's like everybody wants to be the manager, but no one wants to do the leadership that a manager is supposed to do.
Exactly. That's so true. They just like the title itself. That's all.
They want the money, but they don't want the problems.
Yep. There you go.
If you don't believe it, look at the amount of companies that even I was surprised that are getting ready to close. They're closing stores, right. Different stores throughout, because they don't want to make that change and do what they're supposed to do to keep it going.
Right. You take that. I'm gonna tell you that Hardee's right here on Skyville, between Skyville and Rayford Road.
At the end
that was the worstest management, worstest employees I've ever seen in a fast food restaurant. And it seemed like as soon as I had that third bad episode, the next time I drove by there, that store was closed.
They had attitudes too. Like they were face all balled up. I'm like, when people walk in the door, you're supposed to greet them. You're supposed to I'm just saying. You're right. We know what you're talking about.
It's too late to change when the doors getting ready to close. Yeah. You should see it for what it is right now and fix it. If you saying people don't want to go to work, then you get people that want to come to work. Get up, roll your sleeves up, and get ready to get your hands dirty.
Right.
Don't just sit there and think that that's not an excuse. That's not a reason for us to be standing like everybody who buys stuff from your store. Everybody has something to do. The last thing they want to do is spend 2 hours for a bag for a soda and a bag of chips. Because then the only thing you can say is we can't get nobody to come to work. Well, then why are they on the pay chart, right? And why aren't you constantly looking for people that want to work? Because there are a lot of people who want to work, but they can't. They can't find a job for whatever reason. Because you sitting there tripping and don't want to do your due diligence and hire folks, or like a manager's supposed to do, sit down there and interview folks for the job. That's how you're gonna find people that want to work. Instead, you good with the high turnover rate. You don't want to change. And that change is gonna start at the bottom, it's gonna work its way all the way up to the top, and back down to the bottom again. Next thing you know, your doors are closing. And it's your fault.
And I think that's the biggest problem in this world is, like, to me, they're talking about inflation. They talk about to me, it's not the policies, it's the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where people have to understand that the people is what's causing things to turn bad in society. I mean, we just went through so much turmoil. I mean, that it's ridiculous to where, I mean, for a minute they're like, we're going to have a civil war. I mean, because of how much bad hatred came out. So now, we're bouncing back from that. We're bouncing back from COVID, but it's the people. And it's like,
now
it's kind of like even now, I will say this. I'm going to go even take it one step farther. You take them same 30 and 40-year-olds, you take them same 30 and 40-year-olds, and now they got kids.
Yes.
You just now multiply the problem times 10.
Mm-hmm.
Because I sit back, I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen some stuff going on where these kids come out in the public area and they just lose their mind. Like, they ain't got no home training. They going around, they grabbing people fries off the table. I mean, it's
running through the clothes, knocking stuff down.
Yeah, hey, mister, are these your fries? Look, hey, mister, are these your fries? Can I have some? I mean,
yeah, that's true.
It's gotten that bad. So that's what I'm saying. It's like our society, and I think that's where a generation, I think somewhere between our generation and the generation after us, we failed to train somebody. We failed to do something. I don't know what we failed to do.
And look, Mario, the village has been burnt down. You know, I say take a village. They don't even want the village no more, so they wouldn't burn the village down, because you cannot say anything to their children, let alone them. They're ready to fight you.
Yeah.
So the village has been burnt down.
You can't be no village. That wall been put up. You can't go to the village no more.
Nah.
So, but
I'm got to get up my leg.
Okay. Well, I mean, but I think we can end now, y'all. Like,
okay.
Y'all, we good? Y'all good? I'm about to say, because
I got a last question that we always try to have. This is to everybody. So y'all just give me your reason right now, just real quick. Why do you think that people don't want to change? Why do you think people don't want to change, or is it because I ain't gonna answer for you? Why don't people want to change? Why do y'all think people don't want to change?
Well,
because they're comfortable.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And those type of people broken into two categories: people that don't want to change, and then people that refuse to change.
Right.
It starts with that person. See, and it's reasons why that person refused to change, because of their age and what they went through. And the person that don't want to change, it'll be for their age and what they went through. It's all about that person.
Yeah.
It's that person. Now, first of all, a person that don't want to change, he can change. You just gotta want to. In both cases, you gotta want to. Change is gonna come. You just gotta be willing to receive it. You gotta want to. And if you're a butthole to just say your wife, you gotta be willing to change. She can't change you. The only thing she can do is control how it affects her. Now, change is in you. You just gotta want to.
And I think too. Go ahead.
Everybody wakes up with a chance and a choice. You got a chance to change. You should choose to change. And if you don't understand that there are consequences that come to that, And it's not everybody's responsibility because you decided to go through what you went through.
And I think too, and I'm gonna just say this, dude. This is real quick too. And I think my reason is because of the fact that there's just a little bit of dependency. Because if you notice the ones that don't want to change, somewhere behind them they have a little backing. So they, like I said again, they either live with somebody giving them a ride. They feel entitled, and so a lot of times too, that person, those people that don't want to change, they have a little more dependency with somebody else that's helping them than the ones that doing it by themselves. That's what I think.
I'm say this is that with no change, there is no growth.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And I think that's what people have to understand.
That's so true.
If you are at that age where you no longer want to grow, okay, that's good. Most people like that, I'm going to say, are older than 50. If you are at the age of 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and you're already at that point where you don't want to change, you're hurting yourself.
Yes.
There you go. You summed
There's
it
no
up.
growth. You got, my thing is, I mean, that's one thing is I'm gonna stay growing until I get to the point where I don't want to grow anymore. But everybody we don't want to grow. There should be some kind of growth. But like I would say this, state of North Carolina, there's not a lot of growth because a lot of people are they're just stuck in their
No, it's
lane.
not. That's so true. That's so true.
That's why
Yeah.
North Carolina, I keep telling people, North Carolina's like 20 years behind the times.
It is.
They're about 20 years behind time because you got so many people here that don't want to change. They're comfortable with what they do, how they do it.
Yep.
They've
That's
been doing
so
it
true.
all their
How
life,
bad
so
it
there's no
sucks.
reason to change.
Yeah.
But
that's
God
so
knows COVID woke everybody up. Didn't care. Look, didn't matter if you didn't want to grow. You had to make some changes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
true. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm apologize to all my fry makers out there. Again, that was just an example. Please don't put nothing in my fries. Don't burn them. But that was
No
an
fry
example.
for you.
Yeah, before we get off the air, y'all are crazy.
But look, y'all have a great week. We'll see y'all next week, and we'll try to be blue. I guess I won't use a fry shaker no more because I don't want to take no more beats. I'll use a different example next time.
Okay.
Good night,
All right,
everyone.
have a good night.